G'day guys, welcome to Rue's Outdoors Adventures. This episode we're going to do a kayak review on the kayak I was just on. So we're going to run through the features I've got on there, what kind of kayak it is, show you what I've done to the kayak, all the mods, and tell you why I brought this instead of a Hobie or an expensive one. So let's jump right into it. Just so that when you guys buy a kayak, or you guys are looking at buying a kayak or doing mods to your kayak, something you might be able to use off mine. So we'll run through it. It's pretty basic. So it's a Dragon kayak. It's a Dragon Pro kayak. Very basic paddle kayak. She does the job. So when I was just starting this kind of stuff and starting up a YouTube channel and getting into rivers and dams fishing, I decided to buy a kayak. Now I wasn't too sure if I was going to enjoy it, so I brought a second-hand one online, which was the Dragon Pro Fisher kayak. So it was real basic. I think it cost me $300. Come with the side oars for the ocean. I basically just kept the kayak itself and did some mods to there. Now most people buy Hobies. Now Hobies, yes, they're a great kayak, but for someone that wants to just start out, learn how to do it, Hobies are too expensive. You know, mid-range one's probably $2.5 grand, so who wants to pay that when you can just about buy a boat for that price? But, well, a tinny that is. So this cost me $350. BCF do sell it. It's exclusive to BCF only, but there's other stores out there. You've got Whitey's Tackle, or if you're not too sure, you don't want to pay full price, just find someone online that's selling a kayak and build it up from there. That's what I did, and I'm happy with what I've done to it, and I'll keep it. And even if my kids grow up and they want to use it, they can use it. So, all right, enough of me talking. Let's show you the features of the kayak. All right, so we'll start at the front. We've got a little pocket bag. I just store the rolly holder that goes in the middle. Sometimes my keys, or you know, a GoPro mount that you never know you might want to use. You might want to pull up on a sandbar when you're using it, and take some more videos, but you haven't got the right connection mount for the GoPro. So anything can be in there: keys, wallet, personal things. Next, I have mounted a basically a phone holder, so that I've got a little attachment that just sits in there. Phone sits about here, and basically sitting up on the chair and it looks back at you. So if you are recording on your phone, or you just want to have your phone there for time or maps or anything like that, perfect for it. This is the brolly holder, the connection's in there. I don't really use this, as you can tell. It's my little anchor for my cord for my sounder. Came with the original seat that you just sit down the very bottom, but I wasn't a fan of that, so I went to buy a seat, and that's 10 times more comfy if you're sitting on the kayak for 4+ hours. I did the Harvey Dam Bash, which I'll put in the description below, and again, that was really good to sit on that and not have a hard bottom. But yeah, lots of gadgets. You've got your 2 rod holders at the front and over there. Great little features. So the tackle bag sits here, easy to get to, just behind the seat. Normally I have an esky in between the battery and the tackle gear, so that sits up flush, but I haven't got that at the moment. Battery to run the sounder and water snake motor that I've mounted onto the kayak is a lithium battery, 12 volts, works like a gem. I barely charge it. I did 3 hours on the water out in the estuary, haven't charged it yet. They do say charge up once every 3 months because it's that much power in this lithium battery that you don't need to charge it up all the time or every use. So really handy. I just went and got the Anderson plugs because I think they're the best. If you think there's any other connections, please put in the comments below, but from my experience, the Anderson plugs are the better one. So, and Battery World Bunbury helped me out with that one. They're really helpful, and they've also wired up my sounder as well, so really good. Plenty of storage room in the back, so put your battery, your esky, and then your tackle bag on top behind your chair. So plenty of room, and a couple of rod holders at the back that I use a lot for trolling. Now, as most of you have seen in the video before, and I'll put the link in the description below, I mounted a water snake motor to the back of my kayak. Now, all I've done is just a bit of aluminium tube, 20 by 20, taken these rod holders out and just bolted them underneath. Worked really well. Then what I've done here, hanged it out by about 150mm to 200mm, and just a bit of timber, and screwed through the timber so you have a bit of support when you mount that water snake motor on. Last thing you want to do is just have that there and it clamps down here and it waddles around. Now, I've had a lot of people say that is a really good mount because I usually use a plastic one and it wobbles. I thought this would be the strongest way to mount a water snake motor to a kayak. I thought if I had it with the plastic one, it would move and it might bend, and I just didn't want that while I was out in the water. So I thought, what is the best way to keep it strong and tight? So I thought an aluminium tube, just bolt it through the kayak. So it works. I'm really happy with that, and it was very minimum cost too. I think it cost me not even $40 to buy the material. So really handy. All right, I'll let you show you the sounder and the transducer where that is. I have installed a sounder. It is very dirty at the moment, but it's a Lowrance hook Reveal 5.5S. I love it. Great for the kayak, and I just mounted this to the kayak in front of the rod holder, and it works really well in between your legs when you're sitting on the seat. I don't really want it hanging over the side, but everyone's got their preferences. But what I have done is I've wired the transducer in this little section here. Now, this used to be a tackle box section, but I've got the big one sitting there, so I don't really need it. So what I've done here is just got all the cords. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. What I've done is just glued a bit of foam to the bottom of the kayak, and then cut a little section out for the transducer to sit in, and glued that. Now, when you glue that, you just got to make sure there's no bubbles in between. And mine has a few bubbles. I did it myself, first time doing it, but it still reads well on the sounder, so I'm not too fussed. It reads well. I know what's what and where the fish are, so I'm not fussed. But that's my little homemade job. Obviously there's better ways of doing it out there, but yeah, I can't complain. First time doing it, I'm pretty happy with it, and it hasn't faltered. So well, that's the Kayak Dragon Pro Fisher Kayak. Really good, happy with it, and I'll be keeping it for a little bit longer. I know I've got a tinny, but you never know when you need a kayak and not a tinny. So alright guys, that's the end of the kayak review video. I just thought I would show you guys what I have in my kayak. It's nothing special, it's real basic, just done a few mods to it, and it works pretty well. So you don't have to copy what I've done, but I hope there's a few hinters, and I hope that helps you clarify what I have in my kayak and what works. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. And we'll see you in the next episode. See you soon.